John chapter 13, verses 21 through 38. In this gospel, we find the apostles at the Last Supper. This is sort of anticipating what we'll get to on Holy Thursday, as Jesus predicts his passion, as Jesus anticipates his betrayal. And as he does this, there's a confusion, there's a commotion. One of you will betray me. What horrible news. And so the apostles at first are wondering, who does he mean? What is this going to be? This is a good moment for us to take a step back and maybe to step outside of the scene for just a moment. Jesus tells John, the beloved disciple, who it's going to be, that it's the one who dips the morsel with him. It's Judas. But in that moment of confusion, in that moment when the disciples are wondering who he might be talking about, deep down, each one of them is wondering if it's himself. One of you will betray me, Jesus says. If I look at my own heart, if I look deep within, I recognize my own sinfulness. I recognize how many different ways I have turned away from God. And so by the very same token, I may recognize my own potential to betray the Lord. Each of us in this Holy Week ought to recognize that. We ought to recognize that it's possible for us to turn away from God, but we also ought to recognize that we're invited to, like John, the beloved disciple, to rest our head against him. Like Peter, we're invited to ask, to request, to know. We don't have to be like Judas, going out into the dark, into the night. We don't have to do this thing. We don't have to cause these problems, but rather we can rest in the Lord. Whenever that confusion comes up, let us turn to Jesus with confidence, not with fear, not with uncertainty, but with trust in his goodness and in his love.